can you sit there and tell me that I was violent and abusive towards you?
Yes, you were.
Okay.
Cyph here. Welcome to this video. Beauty and Groovy dynamic ship, whatever, is one interesting thing. I think it's one of the top most interesting thing in Level Up season that I for one love talking about so much, because a lot of delusional fans do not like taking blames, or do not like taking or talking about the facts about this situation, or even taking accountability about this situation, especially on the part of Beauty, just because she has the upper hand, as in she has the most fans in terms of, or between her and Groovy. This situation is as plain as it is, because if it is a man that that was being, or that acted the way Beauty acted towards another lady, I think all of us are not going to be talking at the wrong side of our mouth, or defending an abuse, just like the way Shex takes all the blame. Shex take all the heat for being abusive, or verbally abusing Bella on the show. Shex always take the heat. So for me, it is just right that the female also take the heat if that female is also an abusive. So for me, I really do not care whether you're a female or you're a male, as far as you abuse someone verbally, physically, emotionally, you are an abuser. So yes, of course, yesterday things have been trashed out, talked about. I've made a video intensively one about this Groovy and of course Beauty situationship. So hopefully you guys have watched that video. This one I'm just going to talk about Bryann Kess and of course Cyph as well. If you watch the show, you know how these three guys behaved in the house. Of course, the advice they gave Groovy, how he was in a toxic shape, he needs to leave that toxic shape, he needs to control the babe he's with, he needs to take in charge of the babe that he's with. It's too early for the game. These were some of the words these three guys were totally dishing out to Groovy in the house. So of course, when it came out, they realized that they needed to be at the side where fans are supportive. They needed to be at the side where they could get support from fans. On the other side, like I said, Beauty had more fans, or have more fans than Groovy. So of course, it's just logic, or it's just smart to say that you always go to the side where fans are a lot more than the other part. So yes, yesterday's reunion revealed a lot. I like the fact that Groovy stood on his ground and of course insisted that, look, yes, you did abuse me. This is not a cheese, that we are not playing cheese and checkers here, or queens or whatever here. You did abuse me. You are an abuser. You are an alcoholic. He said it to her face, which was really, really good. So one question that stood out from this conversation, if she was not ready to take accountability for what happened, she should ask herself this question: why was she disqualified? If she can't answer that, then I think she hasn't changed anyway. So yes, I'm just going to read some comments for you in regards to Bryann Cyph as well as Kess. Bryann Kess and Cyph one day kiss as none of them tried to hear his story. Even Kess was forming nonsense, change mouth. Yeah, like I said, I've already summarized everything. All of them were advising Groovy on how can you be the one who was violated, reduced, emasculated, body shamed, and have people telling you essentially it's your fault because you are a man, as in he should have caged her, or what? These housemates are dangerous. God. So yeah, like I said, they just tried to turn everything around as if it's Groovy that was the abusive one. These housemates are enablers and leakers. Beauty abused Groovy and she doesn't want to own up. you can't drag Shex and hype what she did. She is equally an abuser. She also needs to apologize to Groovy. I mean, she kind of did, but she's not owning up. So that apology was fake. My conclusion of this level of season, the independent no reach 3.5. Anyway, that's Beauty as Lickers, Shex, Sheila's as Liquor Beauty, and Sheila. So that's someone just dividing, making a pie chart about uh those who are not supporting, those who are just basically kissing asses. Beauty not taking accountability. Hybo. Her wig didn't touch him. Let's not do that, my dear. She was violent towards him. Please. Yes, so this is someone's opinion on the situation, and a response said maybe because she didn't remove her wig to hit him, so she apologized for even the things she did while drunk, and that is taking accountability by saying she wasn't violent and abusive towards him. Okay, oh, so yes, this person, I mean, the earlier one was trying to, support that she kind of take accountability. And how do you take accountability if you are not accepting the fact that you abused the person or were violent towards the person? How is that taking accountability? Hello? Maybe if Bryann removed his tongue out of Beauty's, he would have released better music. Summary, Beauty still likes Groovy. She still wants him and his head. Beauty is a liar and an actress. She only held herself accountable for the part that worked for her. These housemates are afraid to speak up to Beauty. Bella and Shex is so real. So yes, Beauty came to act out Nengi, but her true self said no. A leopard can never change his spots. So this person is just saying the same thing, not taking accountability and zero growth on her path. So I mean, the rest of the tweets are just in support of the fact that Groovy stood on his ground and kind of stick to the real matter, to the real fact that look, you did, or you actually did abuse me physically, verbally, body shame me and stuff like that. So yes, the other housemates saw the thing played out in the house. They advised him, they gave him the advice he needed at that time in the house, which they could have just repeated the same thing they said in the house in the reunion, that look, yeah, this and this and this and this that happened. We told him to do this, we told him to do that, but he's a man. He can decide for himself, or he can decide what he wants to do for himself, or stuff like that. All the way disappointed at the fact that he moved on early to Fina, said something like that, something reasonable. But alias, they were, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, basically that was what happened, guys. Bryann and what's his name? Kess and Cyph not tried, they actually, put Groovy under the bus and were leaking, Beauty's yes. So basically that was what happened. And of course, they I don't know, the level of housemates cannot stand on their own. They don't have a voice of their own. They are like, they are looking for someone to support them. They are always looking for support system. They are like, oh, okay, you're not standing by me, even if the truth is A, they will say no, it's not A, it is B. Even if it's B, they'll say no, it's not B, it is A. So yeah, basically a lot of fans are calling these three housemates out, and of course they can't come out and say they didn't say it in the we've seen it, we've watched the video. So hopefully today will be the final episode. I don't know, we'll get to know at the end of today. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh man. Why
She as well.
Alright, go on.